What up, though? This is your boy Beezy430 back again with another video. I know you guys is reading the title and knowing what I'm reviewing. Figured since this is February, might as well do, this is Dilla, it's considered Dilla month, where to me, Dilla is every month, every day, all day, always rep the great musicians, the great producers, great artists, and not only just hip hop culture, just music in general. So I figure, I think I haven't done this, and I know people have been asking me to do a Donuts review. So I guess this is kind of like a surprise classic review, album review, I guess if you want to say. So I'm going to be talking about, yes, the man, Dilla, J Dilla himself, Donuts. Donuts. Get your donuts, y'all. Get your donuts, y'all. Get your donuts, get your donuts, get your donuts, y'all. So that's what I'm talking about today. Alright, so before I get started, I want you guys to I want you guys to vote. I'm gonna have the link in the description for you to vote for this month's classic album reviews. I got in the poll, so make sure you guys go on there, vote. I think I tweeted it out already, but I want you guys to make sure you go. I'm doing it for my YouTube, for all my, I can't forget y'all, I can't forget YouTube. So I'll make sure I put the link in for you guys. Make sure you guys click, make sure you vote on which album. So it's 4 albums, so make sure you pick which albums you would like for me to review for this month of February before the month is out. So I'll make sure I get that out the way. I just want to do this surprise J Dilla Donuts review for you guys. I know you just been asked for it, so gotta give it to the fans, man. Gotta give fans what they want. So Donuts. This album came out actually on J Dilla's birthday, 2006, February 7th, 2006, which has been, wow, 11 years, man. 11 years since the passing of J Dilla. It's crazy. Yes, it came out on his birthday. He passed away 3 days later, February 10th. As you know, if you guys, not familiar, J Dilla, he's been producing work for years, way before, the Donuts album was released. He's done work with Tribe Called Quest, Busta Rhymes, De La Soul, The Far Side. Of course, his work from most people. Some people know his work from Slum Village. Fantastic Volume 2, which is easily one of my favorite albums as far as just from the production side. If it just comes from production, that's like one of my favorite albums like ever, man. So yeah, I mean, Dilla has done work with Madlib, with J-Lib, with Champion Sound. Oh yeah, Donuts was released on Stone's Throw. Just for people who don't know, it was released on Stone Throw's record, which is one of my favorite indie labels, man. Like, gotta love Stone's Throw, man. They always put out some stuff. The house that Madlib built, is one can say. But yeah, man, starting with Donuts, just off the bat, I can go on forever about this album, but I want to try to keep this as short as possible. I think me sitting in here for freaking 30 minutes would be too long to be talking about an album. But yeah, instrumental album, J Dilla, man. First of all, I already know just from the sound of this album, I already knew I'm not even gonna say I already knew, but listening to it, I was like, wow, J Dilla really took a different approach musically with this album, man. Because if you listen to a lot of J Dilla's production, from Find a Way with Tribe, Once Again, Stakes is High, Busta Rhymes, Keep It Moving, Shining, I mean, just to name a few, Drop, Running, it's just like, man, so you always got those neck slappers, those dusty keys, you always had that smooth, like Neo, like he kind of really put that Neo, him and Q-Tip, man, was really like the fathers of like putting that Neo hip hop groove in the culture, man. So for listening to Donuts, just off the rip, the samples that he was picking on this joint was off kilter, crazy. This was my first time really, hearing Dilla with this type of production, and now that as I look back in retrospect of it, it's funny because like you kind of saw this coming because when he broke away from Some Village after Fantastic Volume 2, went to Welcome to Detroit. Okay, yeah, he got on some jazzy shit. He still was on that soulful, jazzy vibe, neo shit. But then champion sound when he worked with Madlib, you noticed that. You can tell that he was very, very intrigued and was a fan of Madlib. So going from Champion Sound to then listening to Donuts, it was like, okay, I can definitely see where you can see some Madlib, even some Doom, MF Doom influences as far as just production style with this album was freaking crazy, man. Jesus Christ, like the fact that this man used that Isley Brothers joint, Don't Say Goodbye, like just some smooth shit. But the way he used that shit, man, that's what made this kind of sad in a way, because it was like, man, like this dude Dilla was really about to be special. He was really about to take his music to another level, man. Like for real, straight up, he was really getting ready to take his music to another level. Just listening to the way the instrumentation was going on this project. Joints like Working on It and Waves. I was already hearing like, man, this is such a different type of Dilla. For a quick second, I was like, man, can I get used to something like this? You know what I'm saying? Because it was so different from what I'm used to, what type of production style I'm used to Dilla doing all the time, which was crazy. I'm just like, man, so for him to really experiment. This was really for something. That's why I was like, man, he was really about to go somewhere else with the music, because you can tell he really experimented with these samples and the way he chopped the samples, the way he did it. The fact that this man did this album pretty much on his deathbed, which is insane, with the damn SP303, with his MPC 3000, which is his weapon of choice, and just some dusty record, 45 record player on his hospital bed, because he had lupus. So for him to work on that on his deathbed and still craft these, I think it was like 28 or 29 of these tracks that he really finished before he passed away. So and shout out to J Rock too. I think J Rock kind of finished completing the last couple of tracks in this album. But yeah, man, it's it was really bittersweet listening to him craft this album, and because some of the samples on here, as I'm looking at this, like let me look at this, like some of the like you love, Bye, it's just like you listen to that Bye, which is like the Isley Brothers sample, Don't Walk Away. It's kind of like for him to use that sample and for him to incorporate it, it was almost like he was speaking to us, kind of, because he knew he was getting ready to leave this earth. So I think for him to make this album and some of the samples, Don't Cry, another joint, where it was almost like, damn, he's really kind of like talking to us, saying like, don't cry, let my music live on, bye, like it was hurtful, man. Listen, as a huge J Dilla fan, it was really hurtful listening to those particular tracks, like hearing Bye and Don't Cry was like, damn, dog, like he really saw this shit as he was dying, and he was telling us a way to talk to us. My favorite joints is Dilla Says Go. I think that kind of puts me in the almost the Find a Way, the Dilla that I grew up loving, the Slum Village, the Fantastic Volume 2 type of Dilla is. I think that's one of my favorite joints on there. One for Ghost, which it ended up being on Ghostface Fish Scale album, Whip You With a Strap. High, which was Beauty Love on Fish Scale as well. Ghostface ended up using that joint. So yeah, it's just, man, and then Time, it was off of The Roots. Black Thought freaked it. Yeah, Time, the Donut of the Heart. You Can't Stop This, which was on Game Theory on the Roots album, Def Jam debut for the Roots, which was dope as hell. Another thing which was crazy about Donuts too was like that kind of helped push Adult Swim in them incorporating hip hop instrumentation, hip hop beats, because they used the I'm pretty sure you probably heard the tone before, MASH off of here. You heard that through Adult Swim's, on their animation late at nights, and when they playing the little beats and stuff, you heard that's when I first heard MASH. I'm like, holy shit, J Dilla, Adult Swim, Comedy Central playing, I mean, not Comedy Central, but Adult Swim, Cartoon Network is playing Dilla beats. Like, how crazy is that, man? So stuff like that, man. And of course, let me be honest. Let's be honest for a second. Of course, this album got that extra boost, that extra push because of J Dilla's passing. Not saying if J Dilla didn't pass, I think people would have still received it and loved it. But just like the Biggie Life After Death effect, you know, that came out right after he passed away and got killed. I think with J Dilla passing away, I think that you know how it is, man. When artists pass away, your sales is gonna go up like crazy, and people gonna talk about you even more when you pass away or die. Just kind of like myself and Nujabes. You know, I didn't hear about his music until after he passed away. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I was a fan of him before and everything. You know what I'm saying? But I think a lot of people got introduced to Dilla with Donuts, and they was like, man, let me go back. Which is dope. Which is always good. It's always good having new fans. Of course, unfortunately, he passed away. But yes, he got that extra. I mean, Donuts got that extra boost because he passed away. You know, not taking away from his dopeness. But yeah, definitely. Let's just be real on that one. But yeah, this album, man, you know, just real quick, I just really felt like I just want to talk to you guys about Donuts and about how much I love and appreciate J Dilla for making this instrumental album. You know, because, you know, shout out to DJ Shadow, you know, Marley Marv, Pete Rock with the Peach. I mean, like all those guys that create instrumental albums. And it was like J Dilla really was like, you know what, I think it would have been, you know, it would have been too easy if he would have made instrumentals that was crafted similar to stuff that he did before, like stuff he did on Fantastic Volume 2 and stuff with Tribe, stuff with Daylight. If he would have crafted stuff similar to that, it would have been the easy way out. So for him to really get experimental and to show you that he was really about to go on somewhere else musically as far as a producer, man, I think it just shows the greatness of Dilla, man. And the sample selections and the sample choppings on there, man. Even some of the loops. Even though some of the loops on here was kind of like so off kilter, like Glaze and The Factory. You know, Glaze with that trumpet, you know, that continuous trumpet loop. Like for him to pick certain loops and to still drive that emotion out just through those loops was crazy. Because, you know, normally sometimes when people loop stuff, it's like, and another thing too, with this album, usually J Dilla is always good with having some crazy drums or some smooth drums. Certain samples on here, you didn't hear drums. You know, some samples you barely heard. You maybe heard like a rim shot or just a stick. You know, or the kick was very light. You know, this was an album where he let the samples kind of bring the emotion out throughout this record, man, which was amazing. You know, because usually sometimes with J Dilla stuff, find a way, them drums and that bass line will get you. You didn't hear a lot of bass line heavy stuff or a lot of heavy drum stuff on here. So, like I said, he let that sample bring you in. And, you know, a lot of producers, even today, even with Apollo Brown with the 38, you can tell, even though it sounds nothing like Dilla stuff, but you know, for him letting samples talk to you, let the samples bring emotion out in the music, you can tell that's some influence from J Dilla. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, same thing with Madlib, man. You could tell Madlib influence was sprinkled all out in this record, man. And same thing with Doom. You know, Flying Lotus. Like you got guys like Flying Lotus out there making crazy stuff, which is insane. So yeah, man. You know, I don't want to be too long on this. You know, I just really wanted to just kind of make this somewhat quick video about the great J Dilla. I mean, you know, everyone talked about Donuts. I just wanted to give you guys my perspective and how I felt, and just, you know, this is a guy that's Fantastic Volume 2 is the reason why I really wanted to start making beats. Like, I got interested in making beats was listening to Slum Village Fantastic Volume 2. So this man, like, you know, when you see shirts that J Dilla changed my life, like, he really did change my life, because he really got me interested into making beats. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I just want to say, you know, of course I ain't gonna say if you're watching, but, you know, J Dilla family, whoever watches this, people that's close to him, I just want to say, you know, J Dilla, you listening, you know what I'm saying? Like, thank you, you know what I'm saying? Thank you for being such an amazing producer and influencing a lot of producers, hell, you even influenced Pete Rock, you know, and you was influenced by Pete Rock. You know, it was like, it's crazy how you can go from being influenced by someone to someone being influenced you, as like Pete Rock is like the master. You know, you got DJ Premier, you know, stuff like that. Pharrell, look, you know, Dr. Dre. So it's just like, man, like, just want to say thank you so much. So yeah, Donuts, you know, if you haven't listened to this album yet, if you're into instrumentation, please give this a spin. Give it a listen. I should have grabbed my original CD too. I should have did that like I did with Outkast were coming out. But yeah, you know, man, this was just it was an amazing album. And also to another honesty, I'm being honest. This is not some of the best beats I've heard from Dilla. Yes, it's the most experimental. It's the most, you know, left field type of beats that Dilla ever done that he still made out, turned out dope with the emotions. But I mean, Jay Loves Japan is some of my favorite J Dilla beats is on there. Jay Stay Paid, you know, yeah. So I mean, you know, listen, I'm not gonna sit here and act like, you know, this was the best album ever as far as J Dilla. This is some of the best of J Dilla beats. He's made better beats in my opinion. This is just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? So yes, I'm just want to stop that and put that there because people act like, you know, some of the short-term J Dilla fans act like this is the best beats that he's made, and it's not. The best beats this man made is on some Rough Draft. You know what I'm saying? Welcome to Detroit. Listen to that joint. He got some crazy beats on there. So, but you know, Donuts, man, still an amazing album. You can definitely say it's a classic album because it just look at the mode it set after it came out as far as producers stepping their game up instrumentally. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's definitely a classic. Like I said, I still heard better beats, but yes, just for what it did in hip hop culture and instrumental album culture is amazing, man. Just so amazing. Just want to say thank you so much. Don't forget, y'all, vote on this month's classic album review poll. I got it. It's gonna be in the description box. I don't need to put the link to where you can find to listen to Donuts. You can probably Google it. It's on Spotify everywhere if you're a streamer, if you like streaming it. If not, go to your local record stores, buy the CD, buy the record, whatever. You know, still support, man. Help out the family, help out my Dukes. She's still holding down the Dilla Foundation, man. But yeah, that's it, man. This is your boy Beezy430. Just wanted to talk about this joint like crazy and just let you guys know my perspective and everything. You know, it's not a technical review. It's just more so just how I feel about this album. The feeling that this album gives me every time I listen to it. And I still listen to it with amazement and with sadness at the same time because I was like, man, this dude was really about to go somewhere with this music shit, man. And, you know, we didn't get a chance to see that continued growth and see somewhere, you know, where else. And other MCs making albums with him, you know, Guilty Simpson and I'm pretty sure Elzai would have did an album with him. Like, damn, it's crazy. But, you know, thank you. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you for continuing to subscribe and watch my stuff. I should have some more beat videos up hopefully soon. Might work on some more video game content soon as well. So, you know, bear with me. Other than that, man, it's your boy Beezy430. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Check y'all out later. Peace.